welcome to the North Coast Podcast. We are very excited to present two incredibly special guests. I'm not saying that it's a Black History Month thing, but it is coincidentally fantastic that you have a black-ass show coming up for you.
Black-ass.
Introducing to you the one, the only, Omar Holmon of Black Nerd Problems. This man is an icon. He's an author. He is a bastion of comic book knowledge. He is an online phenomenon. You can ask him anything, and he knows the answers. But it's not just him. We've got a 2-for-1. We are joined by the one, the only superstar, Tiffie Starchild. Okay, you can find her going viral with villain PR, being gorgeous, launching products, doing cool things at Disney, all over the internet. You can also find them both on New Blurred Order, just being incredible, being influencers, being icons, and you get to hear from them today.
Welcome to the show, y'all.
Thank you. That intro, wow.
All right, Steph, you killed
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
Fantastic. That was great.
I am not going to live up to any of that intro, but all right. I will try and fail so horribly.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So, Tiffie, you mentioned that it was your birthday weekend.
Yeah, my birthday was yesterday.
That's fantastic.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. I know you're here in the city. I know you don't live here. You're just here temporarily. But, like, what did you do to celebrate your birthday? What was the day like?
Wow. Well, I saw Little Shop the other night, like Little Shop of Horrors, which I have to say because I'd be like Little Shop of Horrors, and that's not what the show is at all. Horrors, because it's a giant plant. So that was super cute. And then I have a really great friend group out here, and we went out to dinner, and I have no expectations for my birthday. I'm just happy to be alive, but they like made it worth celebrating, and so it was just special and simple, and I loved like every second of it.
That is so great. That is so great. It's so cool to have.
Go ahead. I was gonna say to jump on that now. I was looking at your Instagram, and you are quite the foodie.
Mm-hmm.
I am. I be eating.
Ooh, and I want to know where did you hit? What spot did you hit in New York?
Ooh, okay. So I just had a really good lobster roll. So like we just had a lobster roll from a place, and that was really good. And then I had oysters for the first time. Like you know how
For the
people,
first time?
For the first time, you know how they're like fancy. They're like I'm gonna have an oyster with some Tabasco and some cocktail sauce. I did that, and so like that felt pretty good too. And then I had some really good calamari because I really love calamari. Okay. So that's it so far. When we were walking up, we saw a Los Tacos #1. Is that new?
I saw that.
That's new in this
thing.
area?
In this area, no, it's not new.
It's not new?
No,
it's always
but
been
it's
here?
good though.
I love Los Tacos, so that's where I'll be going afterwards.
Okay.
So
Nice.
I try to hit up my consistent things every time I come out to New York, and then I try to also leave room to try new things. It's been a lot of seafood this trip.
Okay.
So.
Good. And so you had oysters for the first time, and it was a pleasant experience.
It was a very pleasant experience.
Very pleasant experience.
Are you
That's
supposed to chew or not? Not? You chew?
Oh, I slurp them down.
I knew it was coming.
I
knew it was
pretend I'm
coming.
like Anthony Bourdain on a boat in France. I'm like,
Just all the way. I slurp some and I chew some, and I feel like I can balance between the two, between a slurp and chew.
I'm slurping.
I'm
I'm chewing.
chewing.
I'm slurping and chewing.
I'm slurping.
I'm chewing. I'm slurping and chewing. Check me out on the boat. You know that I'm raging. I'm upping the Gulf in New Orleans like a true Cajun. I'm slurping. I'm savoring every damn bite, but sometimes I'm chewing in the middle of the night.
Okay.
I take that oyster. I'm feeling boisterous. And check me out. I'm in the cloisters and shit. And I am hanging out. I got that good food. That bouillabaisse. I'm doing it, not dazed for rude. Oh, I'm slurping. I'm chewing. I'm slurping and chewing. I'm slurping. I'm chewing. I'm slurping and chewing.
I'm slurping. I'm chewing. I'm slurping and chewing. I'm slurping. I'm chewing. I'm slurping and chewing. When I go to a restaurant, you know I get in a tussle with all the waiters, lest they give me some muscles. I like to eat them because they come from a shell. I want to eat them with Zach from Saved by the Bell.
Okay.
Put the oyster in your mouth. That's different than the mussel. But it's all right. I keep it guardian like I'm Kurt Russell. I put that shit in my mouth, do it right down.
Okay.
On my face is a smile, not a frown, because I'm slurping. I'm chewing. I'm slurping and chewing.
Okay.
I'm slurping, I'm chewing, I'm slurping and chewing. I'm slurping, I'm chewing, I'm slurping and chewing. I'm slurping, I'm chewing, I'm slurping and chewing.
I don't really eat oysters. That's not what I'm about. If I'm honest about oysters, they kinda gross me out. Now I hope that y'all will not think that Steph is real whack. All I know about oysters is they're an aphrodisiac. If I'm slurping, then I'm probably not chewing. I mean, honestly, if I am slurping, you know what I'm doing. Sorry, Mom. Please don't listen to this song. This is not for you. Let's get to the chorus. Gotta see it through.
Because I'm slurping and chewing. I'm slurping and chewing. But what? I'm slurping. I'm chewing. I'm slurping and chewing. I'm slurping.
I'm chewing.
I'm slurping and chewing. I'm slurping. I'm chewing. I'm slurping and
Tiffie
chewing.
Starchild.
No.
Dangers of freestyle.
Oh
Lord.
my god.
I am so bad at freestyle. Yeah.
Freestyle, you sing in the freestyle.
Oh.
Hey, I mean,
Oh.
if you try to get on a hook.
I can see how the spirit moves me, but I also support and appreciate the people that are good at things. I've had on my Twitch channel a goal or a thing that people can redeem. Like, you can redeem things on Twitch, and it's like 100,000 points. So it's the most that you can spend, and it said I will freestyle. I have found every way to cheat my audience out of being able to redeem. They are anxiously awaiting the chance to redeem, and I'm like, you'll never.
How many points is it again? How many points is it?
100,000. Yeah.
Is it
Okay.
after you move the goalpost from 10,000?
Oh, I've moved it. I've taken away at first it was like, I'll let them combine points. Nope, you can't even combine points. One person has to be able to redeem. I was brave when I proposed the idea.
Yeah.
So I'm building up the confidence.
No, just loophole after loophole after loophole. Gotcha.
You guys are
Yep.
amazing, by the way.
I know, like, you're so
incredible.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So I feel like I manifested this moment a little bit because I've been a fan of Black Nerd Problems for a long time, which Omar is one of the leaders and founders of. And then that's how I discovered Tiffie as well through Black Nerd Problems. And I was just like, oh my gosh, they're so black and nerdy and cool. And like, I want to be their friends. And like, somehow it happened in real life. And now they're
Hey.
here. And I would love to hear, what is something that you feel like you've manifested for yourself in the last few years that you were just like, I see it, I want it, and somehow it's going to happen. And then, ooh, it did.
I like how you use a bit of the formation lyrics for that. I guess that's put me on the spot here. Well, I guess being able to talk about what we saw in like the media and stuff like that, and hoping people fucked with it. So really, you're starting off in this like, is this you? A lot like. I'll use the analogy Jordan always says, like, yo, you're out there rapping in the basement, man. You just gotta keep rapping. You're gonna fucking make it. You don't see it because you're in it. So like writing like a review of something, like, okay, well hopefully they like it, and you just put it out in the atmosphere. I guess so. A really good thing was I had a showing about like talking about like black solidarity and like the fragility of white allyship within the Across the Spider-Verse, right? Where like Miles Morales, if you don't know, like his friends didn't tell him like, oh, you couldn't be a part of the Spider Society because you're the anomaly and everything like that. And like getting to talk about that, I just wrote it. I'm like, oh, I like it. We'll see if something happens. I wasn't going to do it entirely, but the friends were like, no, you should write it. Like, yeah, you should put it out. Did it, and then it went viral for me. I was like, oh, wow, this is a really big, like it's a really big thing. I was like, oh, this is, niggas fuck with this. Yes. Yes.
They really did.
Yes. My opinion somewhat matters for this day today. So it just like it was a nice thing of seeing like, oh, no, you're not crazy. Other people see this as well, even if you don't think they do, too.
Yeah.
What did you manifest, Tiffie?
Yeah.
Oh, hella. No, I mean, I've been doing the content creation thing for a while, but like this year, the past couple years, I've been really intentional about building it out as a career and being able to do it full time. Okay. So just what I want out of it, where I want to live, the type of income that I want to make, the type of impact that I want to have on my community as a black nerd that can speak on things with some intelligence, like that I'm starting to see actually come to fruition, and it feels really good. Like the things on my cute little mood board that I got off of Pinterest and I like customized for myself, like it's actually working. And so it's all really career based, but it's good to be successful, whatever that means. So yeah.
That's
what do you
awesome.
do when it's that day where you don't feel like it? It's been like
that's a good
day
question.
29 of day 30, and you're like, what do you do to keep yourself inspired?
Sometimes I don't make the post. If I'm on day 29 of 30 and I'm feeling burnt out, then I might need to let myself rest. And that's been the biggest lesson of all the years of doing content creation, that sometimes it's okay to stop. And I think I've done such a good job of getting consistent and building up the community. I can go quite a while without posting, and when I post again, they're backing up.
Yeah.
Tiffy's back. She's written the dictionary. Let's all strap in. So like,
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't matter what I do. The community that I've built is there to support regardless.
Yeah.
So I'm fortunate in that. And before, it was tough. There were days where I would push through those times to my detriment, and I should have relaxed a little bit. So I've had to find the balance of when it's okay, like when there's a deadline due and I need to honor that, and when I need to honor what my body needs and not do the content.
Yeah,
So
I love that. I went to the doctor last year. I kept getting sick pretty often, and my doctor was like, "All right, so when do you just chill at home?" I'm like, "I don't know." And she was like, "You need to start chilling at home." And I love that, just being like, all right, I'm not feeling it. I'm just this. It's going to be more of a detriment to me to actually push myself to do this. Let's take a break, and then I can get back at it harder with that passion later on. Yeah, I dig that. Omar, you did a video. Did you have a follow-up question on that?
Nope.
I saw one of your videos discussing black superheroes or characters in Superman, because Superman went to Harlem one time.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
These black characters that are just there for the push forward the story for white characters. So,
Yeah.
you almost saw. I almost
he's ready to
went
go.
off.
You gotta let him ask the
Well,
question.
Yeah,
well,
sorry,
well, I mean, I'm glad that you're about to go into that, because I've never like that. Watching that video was such a fucking like eye-opening thing for me. Like I was like, whoa, I've never even thought about this before. How in the world, what inspired you to make that video? Did you something you just like noticed, or like what?
Oh, I think this is something we all noticed, but we I didn't forget what I'm gonna say. My mind's racing. All right, yeah, it's something we all noticed, but we just don't like have the words for at the time and things like this. We've seen it happen all throughout TV shows, like almost like a red shirt on Star Trek, right? When they get killed off and things like that. It just happens with black people a lot more often. So in Superman, like there's an issue where he's up in Harlem. Superman's never in Harlem. He meets a hero named Muhammad X. And Muhammad is like, what are you doing up here? Superman is not like, you don't come up to Harlem. Like, it's important for people to see themselves as heroes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is something you can't do. And instead of it being an issue where we see more about this new hero, the issue turns into, this is the racist. This is like the episode of Family Matters when like the N-word was right across Laura's her locker room. This is that moment.
Yeah.
And then Superman's trying to figure out what race is, and they're like, why don't we have more black members on the Justice League? Oh, who's your favorite hero? Okay, it's me, but the black girl, Natasha Irons, her favorite hero is her uncle Steel. Like, and then Lois telling him like, "Oh, you're the most colorblind person I know." That shit didn't age well.
Yeah.
And then him going back to Muhammad X and being like, "Okay, well, I'm trying to do something more like I'm trying to do something more than just see us for like people as their color and everything. I'm just trying to be a human being." And then and Muhammad X is like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with that shit?"
Yeah.
And so, but that happened back in 2002. We have never seen that character ever again. There was a character that was created to become the next to be like a partner, a Batman named Orpheus. This shit broke my heart because I loved him. He was funny. He was a dancer. He was a TV producer. His name was Gavin King. He was a Gotham kid, and he's black. And he's like, yo, people need to see themselves. And then Batman's like, fine, you can work in my city. He's like, oh, looks like Gotham got a darker night. Cool. He was around for about 1 to 2 years. He was killed off within a year. And I'm like, I fucking love this dude.
Yeah.
But then he gets killed off, and I don't understand why. And then you get into like the backstory of like, oh, well, these characters like created, did they not stick? Like, why does that happen? And it's all just to push forward a white character. So that is like the pain of that. It's like, oh God, again, like, so yeah, that's where that stems from.
Yeah, I wonder. And y'all would have more insight to this than I would. The writers and the animators of maybe DC Comics or Marvel Comics, is it a pretty diverse field? Or I would imagine back in the day it was probably a bunch of white folks, just white folks.
It is. There are certain people, like there's a dude named, I think his name's Dwayne Turner. There's a very famous picture of Hal Jordan when he went crazy back in '93, and he had all like the Green Lantern rings on him. And he's like, he was a stick-up kid for the day. He went crazy, was beating up Green Lanterns and taking their rings, and he had like all the rings on his hands, like this really like evil look. It's like, oh, Hal Jordan has turned evil. That image was done, I didn't realize it, I think by Dwayne Turner. It was a black artist that did that shit, and I never, all these years, I hadn't realized it. So there's way more folks now in the industry that are black and black, brown, and black, brown POC writing comics as well. But like, it's still, I am not sure if we've had a black woman write Storm. Yana Harvey has written Storm, but like not in a solo series. So there's still Eve Ewing is writing Black Panther currently. I don't know. There's not been another black woman that has written Black Panther. Nnedi Okorafor. She has written Black Panther as well,
Okay.
but that's only
Okay.
two.
Okay.
That's only two.
Oh, there's two. There's two. Okay.
Yeah, that's that's two that we know, aside from like a limited series, things like that. But like, yeah, there more are being written, more Black creators and stuff having opportunities to write things. But like, are they writing Spider-Man? Are they writing these other characters? You know what I mean? Jason Reynolds did the whole novel for Spider-Man. Yeah. Saladin Ahmed took over Spider-Man, Miles Morales, after Brian Michael Bendis created him and had written him for years. Mm-hmm. So the next person, Saladin Ahmed's person of color, but wasn't a Black person yet that had done it either. Yeah. So like, it's still things like that. Like, okay, yeah, you're writing a Black character. Well, if I want to write this character, you know what I mean? Let me write Martian Manhunter. Let me write so that's still an issue in there as well. But like, there's still more to be done for those writers and artists in the field.
Oh, thank you for answering that.
Yeah.
This man's brain is an encyclopedia.
This man's brain is an encyclopedia. This man's brain is an encyclopedia. This man's brain is an encyclopedia.
I'm searching on Google. File not found.
Hey.
I'll ask my friend. He's an encyclopedia Brown. He knows everything about the comics. I'm like, Omar, what happened here? And he's on it. He knows what happened. He knows who wrote it. He knows about it. I think he's goated. He's got the facts inside his mind. Omar's who you want to go if you're looking to find.
This man's brain is an encyclopedia. This man's brain is an encyclopedia. This man's brain is an encyclopedia. This man's brain is an encyclopedia.
Brain bigger than Mount Huron. Neurons on neurons. He's got that large prefrontal cortex. He is saying, what is next? I want to read that text. He is reading articles and particles when he's on the track. You know that, Omar? He's not holding back. When I listen to him talk, I just sit back and enjoy. Cause Omar Holmon is my motherfucking boy.
Cause this man's brain is an encyclopedia. 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 Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Okay. Ooh. Ooh.
Yes.
Ah. Ooh. Ah. Okay. This man's brain is an encyclopedia. This man's brain is an encyclopedia.
What just happened?
This man's brain is an encyclopedia. I didn't know that was an option.
RJ just shorted.
I didn't know that we could do that. I didn't know that was an option.
He's gone full on onomatopoeias. Yes, use it. Use it. There's actually a character called Onomatopoeia too that does that as well. Yes. DC Comics.
RJ, do you spend time at home with just relaxing?
I gotta doc. I gotta stay at home and relax.
Oh my
God. So Steph and I actually we created a game for y'all.
Oh fuck yeah! I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna win this. I'm not gonna win this. Let's go.
So it's not necessarily a competition. It's a game that we're gonna ask you. It's called This or That.
Okay.
Okay. So
entirely a competition.
I know.
Fuck what he said.
Weird. You should see us in Mario Kart. It's not pretty. The friendship is on the line.
No? Oh man. So what I did, I went and wrote 3 options for anime because I'm a big anime fan.
Let's go.
And then Steph went and wrote 3 options for comics and Marvel DC. Okay. And so we're just going to read off. Do you want us kind of go back and forward with it? Okay, great. Sure. And you'll just pick which one you would prefer if you had to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll start off first with, in regards to anime, if you had to choose one, harem or josei?
This is a Carrie McLean question, but I will go with I know what josei is. I'll go josei. Yes, I'll go josei. Yes.
Okay.
Harem.
Care to elaborate?
What is harem?
I was hoping there would be no follow-up questions.
Wait, is harem the sexy shit? Like when Naruto?
I thought it was.
Oh, God damn it!
I thought we were talking like harem or reverse harem. Like.
Oh, I was talking just regular harem, not reverse harem. Reverse harem's great.
I will still take a regular harem because I like the vibe of it. Like, let's all relax together as one polycule situation.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay.
Change my answer.
Yeah, you want to go to harem?
I was like, I know what josei is. I'll go with that. And I was like, fuck. Gotta ask questions.
Okay, so mine is between 2 men of the water Aquaman or Namor?
Namor.
That was fast. Jeez, wait.
Which Aquaman?
Ooh.
The Aquaman of your choice.
Going back to that polycule thing, this concept of choosing to me is really difficult. I'm gonna go with Namor.
Okay. Omar looked emotional about that.
Oh, my dad fucked with Namor heavy. I never seen anyone fuck with the Submariner, but like, yeah, he's a dickhead. And, like, you need that in your corner sometimes. Like, I'm talking about the comics one. He's an asshole.
I like the way that they made the Telecon look in Black Panther 2. So that's what I'm going. It's not even from the comic books. So just aesthetically, I feel like I would thrive there.
He was fair too. Like, he was fair. Like, hey, you do this shit, I'm gonna attack you. Now your mama's dead. Look, I told you what was gonna happen.
You're thinking politics, and I'm like, they had shiny shit going on.
Shiny.
The Earth
pretty
is ghetto,
shiny.
so that's where I would go.
All right. Fan service in animes or a very predictable story.
Oh.
Fan service. I'm not all the way mad at fan service.
Okay.
It's what the fans want. And if you're not sacrificing story and you, to me, fan service is not automatically a bad thing.
Okay.
But I'm like, if it's a story of revenge, I'm like, yeah, I'll always fuck with the story of revenge.
Yeah.
I'll go with fan service. I'll go with fan service.
Okay.
I'll go with it.
Okay.
All right, this option is specifically as a love interest for Storm. One we've seen, another one
Yeah.
drew the potential child that would have existed, but we never actually got. So T'Challa or Thor?
Yo, you just asking the. Jesus
Oh, yeah.
Christ. During Black History Month.
There should be only one answer. Why are we
Jesus.
T'Challa?
Yeah, damn it. I mean, but the way in that recent Thor issue in Immortal Thor with Al Ewing, I mean,
Wouldn't
hey.
it depend on how it's being written? Because Storm and T'Challa worked for so many reasons until suddenly they didn't.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck that. I'm going Thor. Let's be spicy.
Spicy with it.
I'm going
Go
Thor.
Thor, okay.
I'm going Thor.
Thunderstorm is a bad bitch.
Yeah,
Her
'cause
daughter.
He's
I
got
would've cosplayed that
it's a warm lightning when Thor's around. He says that too. And he let her beat him up. So I'm like, you know what? He knows. I see what he likes. I'm with it. Yeah, I'm going Odin's son.
Okay, great. Right on. My last one was still more broad and more general. A cute character with big bubbly eyes to sell merchandise.
Or
a brooding, sexy protagonist.
fuck. Give me the brood. I'll take the brooding.
Take a brood.
I'll take the brooding.
I don't want a brooding, sexy protagonist. I want a brooding, sexy antagonist. I want a villain that I can be brooding and sexy. So I'll take the cute, big-eyed
cute,
character.
big-eyed thing.
That's my vibe.
Okay.
All right, and I have to close with a villain because I want to move in. I got some questions for questions about villains, but to potentially lead the human revolution, Magneto or Killmonger?
The human wait, I'm sorry. The human revolution?
Rather, okay, the revolution on planet Earth. If one of those people could come to potentially lead the revolution of
Which
our
Killmonger?
planet.
Which Killmonger?
She's gonna say any Killmonger.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
Mine's gonna be Magneto. I think that he was. I think both of them were pushed to follow their ideologies, but I don't know. Magneto is a little bit wiser about the way that he goes about it, and I don't think that he's completely unfair. Killmonger is a little bit too much of a wild card.
Yes.
That could go either way, and I'm not overly familiar with comic book Killmonger, so I do have to go based off the movie version, and I just feel like he could go rogue at any moment. He might have another agenda. Magneto is more dangerous, but I feel like he's a little bit stronger in his convictions, and he's not wrong. Either one of them are wrong, but I'm gonna go with Magneto.
Comic book Killmonger can play the game. He's a Game of Thrones type. He'll be like, all right, I'll play the long game to like suit my needs. I'm going with Magneto as well, though. When Magneto first debuted, they had him like the one note, like, mutants are better, like fuck all this bullshit. And then like he mellowed out during the 80s era. So I'm going like, yeah, Magneto is fair. He saw what shit was like on the front lines. Was like. It's like, why are you motherfuckers booing me? I'm right, and I got a big helmet. I'm fucking right. Like,
I got a big helmet.
Yeah,
I got the big helmet.
Yeah, and he
respect me.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, my man, and he showed like he's in all his iterations, he's showing like solidarity with like other races and shit as well too. And like he's stuck up for a lot of people throughout the year. So like I'm Mags is right, man. Put the mag in the clip.
So, Tiffie, I love your series, Villain PR, and you are just such a like beautiful, sweet golden ball of light that I wonder is there a side of Tiffie Starchild that we don't know? What drew you to villains and being an advocate for their side of the story?
I just be liking to talk shit to myself, and that's that's where this series idea came from. I think just I don't know. It was funny. The first ones were funny because the early ones were just about Disney villains like Maleficent. You're not going to invite me to your kid's baby shower? Fuck your kid then. Like, how about that? Oh, she'll die on her 16th birthday. Haha. Like, to me, it was just fun to talk about. But the more villains I started to do, it became a way to examine these characters. And I didn't mean to start really analyzing the trend of villains either being hurt or having a cause or whatever. Not all villains are bad people. Maybe they don't go about it the correct way, but at some point it turned into just jokes and like, no, we could actually have a conversation about some of these villains like Killmonger, where you're not wrong, but let's talk about that execution, buddy. You can't just go doing that to people. So it's never really about thinking these villains are truly innocent, but it does lead to some interesting conversations, but it started off as jokes, really.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of. I used to watch Adventure Time. Come
on.
Yes, and it was a while ago, but I remember this one episode where the Ice King kidnapped a bunch of people and put them in jail, and then they got broken out, and he got his butt beat, and at the end he was just like, I just wanted friends.
Yeah, I just wanted to read my story.
Yeah. And what you were just saying, like the way that he went about doing what he thought was right, it broke my heart watching that episode. So yeah, you just reminded me of that.
Add him to the list of villains.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Ice King's fucking amazing.
I had to tap out of Adventure Time at some point. I think the lemon grabs, the screaming, I'm like, okay. All right, anyway.
That was my ringtone back in high school, and I had my phone on the ring the entire time, and I was getting texts, and my mom, we were at Red Robin, and it was going off every 30 seconds, and my mom was like, Ronnie. And I was like, all right, that's the end of that. That's the end of that happening. Last question for you guys, just a random question I had, and this is open for anyone. Favorite Janet Jackson song?
Pleasure Prince. Oh, yeah, I think it's, By Herself?
By Herself, sure.
I think it's Pleasure Principle.
Pleasure Principle? That's good.
I think so.
Is the name of it Go Deep?
Oh,
is that
we go deep and we don't get no sleep because we be up
It's such a good
all
song.
night until the early light. Ooh, baby. Yeah, that's a jam right there.
I grew up on Together Again.
Together again. If it's I see. Oh man, I'm getting into the mood.
Down on me.
By Herself, I like that, but the collab one, Scream.
Oh yeah,
Nothing for that. That is everything to me.
Yeah, that is a monster song. Velvet Rope for me, the actual song. Velvet Rope is delicious. Yeah.
I have a question
Oh yeah, let's do
for
this
Omar.
shit. Oh,
What are
yeah.
you chewing on right now? What's your current hot take?
The current hot take is the take that I always have, Doug, and my take is that Scott Summers is the best fucking X-Man of all time. I don't give a fuck what where's the camera? Camera 1, camera 3. You mother, I don't care what you say. Like, oh no, he's not as cool as Wolverine. Fuck Wolverine. Fuck him. Because Wolverine's cool when you're a fucking kid. When you get older, you realize, oh, these motherfuckers needed a manager. That was Scott. Scott was working at a fucking hot topic. The X-Men are a goddamn hot topic, all right? And it's really a Spencer's. It's really a fucking Spencer's.
Aren't they a Spencer's?
It's really a
Because you're like, also, what are all these sex toys doing here?
That's the X-Men. That is the X-Men. All right, we got books in the front, but there's dildos and shit in the back. The danger room's always in the back. But yeah, Scott Summers is like the glue that holds that shit together. And everyone's like, oh, he's so boring. He's a cop. Nah, he is a fucking... That man is the mutant revolution leader. Storm is who you get when you want to lead a whole nation and people. Scott's who you get when you want motherfuckers on the front line. That is Scott Summers. put a mural of him. They put a mural of him, and it was an all-new Ghost Rider #1 when Robbie Reyes debuted as the new Ghost Rider. They had a mural of him in Los Angeles that said Cyclops was right, and then in graffiti over it said, "What do you mean was is?" And then then when he died, and they brought him, we have a resurrection. He died in Seneca Treehouse. They named it after Seneca Village. He made sure to do that so people didn't forget the history in fucking Central Park. When he died, they had a whole fucking mural for him, a memorial for him, and there was a black kid holding a picture of him, and I was like, yo, that's me. That's me right there. They don't do murals for cops, and they don't do memorials for cops either. That's street fucking Jesus right there.
Street Jesus. Street Jesus. Street Jesus. Street Jesus. Oh, you see him while he's washing all them feet. Yeah, you know that is the Jesus of the street.
Okay.
Over here, yeah, you know we got the long hair. Showing all these niggas around that he really cares. Showing everyone he's #1. He is the Holy Ghost and the Holy Son. Yeah, you know we Jesus. He is on the cross. Street Jesus, he's the motherfucking boss. Woo! Street Jesus. Street Jesus. Street Jesus. Street Jesus.
When it comes to X-Men, he's the boss. Yeah, he died, but he didn't do it on the cross.
Yeah.
He got eyes that have laser vision. In the X-Men, when he was missing, they didn't do so good. I think it got bad. When Cyclops died, pretty sure Omar was sad, but it's cool because he came back. Cyclops leading the mutant attack.
Street Jesus. Street Jesus. Street Jesus. Street Jesus.
Oh man, I don't know much about X-Men, so I'm gonna do something different, friends. You were doing street stuff, so I will too. All right, here we go. Here goes nothing, boo. Street Jesus, it costs not a penny. Instead of water into wine, he's doing Henny. All right, that was what I got. Street Jesus, everybody. Oh, street Jesus. Street Jesus. Street Jesus.
The doors of the church are open. The doors of the church are open always for Cyclops. For all you mutant motherfuckers out there, come on down. Come on down. You got humans trying to blast at you. We're here to protect you. X-Men are always here to protect you. We get freaky while we do it, but we're here for you. You know what I'm saying? We throw murals up for mutants over here. Krakoa age. We ain't going back to the mansion. We're still here. We're still thriving. Antoine Fisher shit. We out this bitch.
Yeah, street Jesus. Street Jesus. Street Jesus. Street Jesus.
We did an Omar song, but I feel like we need to do a Tiffie song.
Okay.
Yes.
And I have a hook for it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's it.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So good at being bad.
Oh.
So good
At being bad. So good at being bad.
So good
at being bad.
I go crazy on the mic. You could say that I'm bar wild. I'm so excited to be here with Tiffie Starchild.
Starchild.
She likes Maleficent, even though she's mean. I mean, she probably can relate because they're both a queen. Hey, so glad to have her here with me. You can find her on the internet or find her at Disney. She be giving the hot takes like villain PR. Maybe we should call her Tiffie Sun because she's the biggest star.
Oh, he was good.
So
Good.
at
Really bad. So good at being bad. So good at being bad. Never give the song a second look. Steph was flowing so hard, I fucking forgot the hook. Yeah, she killing it like Tiffie Starchild. Talking about the content, the pressure so wild. Yeah, Sailor Boom. Make my heart go vroom, vroom, vroom. Xenon, girl of the 21st century. Zoom, zoom, zoom. What you got for me?
So
Good at being bad.
Remembered it that time.
So good at being bad. So good at being bad. so good at being bad.
Okay, yo, check out Tiffie. You know she's so nice and bubbly, but behind those eyes, you know there's big old troubly. You know she's slipping in like a weevil, but she is very nice. You know my girl's not evil. It's so good. I'm getting in the cabbie. I'm going to Sailor Boom, and I'm with a baddie. Okay, wow, I'm really fucking up today. But you know what? Tiffie is A-okay.
Good at being bad. So good at being bad.
I was better when I was rapping about oysters. Being bad.
Oh, yeah.
So good
at being bad.
I got it. My name is Tiffie. My friends call me T. One hungry young girl I'll be. I'm cool like a penguin, slick like a tuxedo. So hook me up with my gooey enchilada. Go Tiffie. It's your birthday. Go Tiffie. It was from a Taco Bell commercial in the 90s, and I memorized it when I was a child.
So good at being bad. So good at being bad. Say what? So good at being bad. So good at being bad.
That was worth 100,000 points.
Yeah, that's 100,000 points.
What the fuck just happened?
Pay up Twitch.
Right? And I'm like, I know a rap. I can memorize raps.
That's her.
It was that or Left Eye's verse from Waterfall from the Crazy Sexy Cool album.
All right.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Do you have anything coming up that you'd want to plug or tell people about? Any events or articles or anything that you're doing?
Let's see. Article coming up. Probably some X-Men articles coming up. There is one article that I am discussing with a friend, Franz, and we're talking about how I describe how hip hop and anime are foreign exchange. How hip hop and anime are foreign exchange students.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
So that's something I'm gonna be working on.
Very cool.
I'm always going to be talking my mess on TikTok. So right now, I'm going to get into the Avatar, The Last Airbender live action series, and X-Men 97 is getting ready to drop as well. So I will be giving my takes and probably, since people ask questions, educating where I can about these. So that's just on social media.
Awesome. And where can people follow you? What are your handles?
At Tiffie Starchild, and that's on TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube.
Awesome. Awesome. And Omar?
Oh, Omar Holmon. That's it. Just put my name in Google. Shit will appear. That's it.
And Black Nerd Problems.
Oh, and Black Nerd Problems. Yes.
And New Blurred Order as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Podcast?
New Blurred Order.
We're there.
Mornings.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.